Welcome to How to Launch a Brand Campaign Without the Guesswork. My name is Gerard Ballou, and I'm the head of brand creative here at SurveyMonkey. We are so excited that you're here joining us for our session today at CuriosityCon. And we are going to talk a little bit about building a brand campaign, let you have a little peek behind the curtains and talk about how modern marketers can navigate the world we're in. I'm here with my partner in crime, Allison Mack.
Hi everyone. I'm Allison Mack. I oversee brand, content, and integrated marketing here at SurveyMonkey, and I am so excited to be here at CuriosityCon.
Now, our chat today is all about how to avoid getting canceled, basically. But in all seriousness, we're talking about how you move from a good idea and a gut feeling to building a campaign with confidence. Earlier today, we heard about the need to listen to real humans and gather real insights, especially in the age of AI and algorithms. And that drive for efficiency is also quite important. Brand campaigns have always been a leap of faith, but in 2026, that leap is riskier than ever. Missteps go viral, money gets wasted, pivots and walkbacks pile up. So what's changed?
Gerard, you really hit the nail on the head here. Being a marketer in 2026 is not easy. And I think the really important thing to call out here as to why and what has changed in 2026 is quite honestly that everything has changed in 2026, right? Everything from our culture, from the technology we use, also to government policies. Things are changing rapidly every single week, that it is really hard as a marketer if you're targeting your audience, if you're trying to understand your customers and users, because everything is changing, how people feel and how people think are also changing. So how can you really feel that confident about a marketing campaign and knowing that it's going to hit when things are changing just so rapidly, right? And then also, of course, you called it out in the beginning about getting canceled. That's the thing. If you get something wrong, social media is going to call you out on it, right? So the margins of error is just so much slimmer now. And so that's kind of what we're seeing in 2026.
Yeah. One day you're eating a burger on your social media, and the next day you're going viral for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, understanding what people care about, what they might respond to, and the environment that we're all operating in has obviously never been more important. Before we get to our next question, though, we're going to throw a poll up. So for the folks watching, share how often you guys run market research out there. Our team will reveal the results a little bit later on. But Allison, for you, right? How often do you run market research?
Constantly. Like I said, just given the rapid changes that happen week over week, month over month, you can't just rely on a tiny little group in a conference room, right, to make a decision. We have to constantly be listening to people, but not just that, but from a very wide, diverse group of people. Because when you get to hear from a diverse group of people, they can pinpoint or signal to you when something might be missing. And so I would say, we don't do market research just during a campaign, right? Like we know a campaign is going on, but we are running regular, pulse surveys with our own customers. And we're also just, doing a lot of understanding of who we want to be our customers as well.
Awesome. We'll pivot a little bit to our next topic. So we're going to talk a little bit about doing all this work in-house without the support of an outside agency. As both of us know, we have moved a lot of our marketing in-house here, and we created our little in-house agency to help support that. And obviously around—
Gerard, are you gonna share the name of our little in-house agency?
Yes, the name of our in-house agency is Studio M. And what's the M for?
For monkey.
For monkey. The recent rise of in-house agencies is really changing the way we all build brands, right? And run campaigns, but it has also heightened the stakes for all of those teams internally. We no longer have the luxury of pointing at a third party and if the campaign misses the mark, right? Um, how should modern marketers think about leveraging market validation, market research to ensure our creative actually hits the mark?
So beauty of the that's the beauty of technology, to tell you the truth, right? It's that there's a lot of things that in-house teams can do without feeling like they need to hire a research agency, right? In order to help them pinpoint who the targeted audience is or what slogan is going to hit with the audience. Um, Being an in-house agency, obviously we use our own tool, SurveyMonkey, right, which many different ad agencies use and other companies use as well, to be able to constantly listen and to understand. So that's just one of the wonderful things of having this in-house agency, is that we can work a lot quicker,
Mhm.
right? And we can stay just so much closer to the data, right? Like we're here, we're in the office, like we know, right? And then also we're closer to each other. Like certainly there is a fear of, and that I wouldn't say a fear, but there is this like we can't point fingers of like, oh, an agency did it because it's literally on me and you, right? Like when we come up with a campaign. But I also think that there's something that is, I would say, kind of less tangible. And I know we've been talking a lot about this all throughout today. And also, the session, this is called Curiosity Con. But what I'm trying to say is that there's something that is more delightful about being in-house, is that we can be more curious, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, I don't have a fear of being at an agency and I need to prove myself to the client. Me and you and the rest of the team, we have a tremendous amount of trust with each other.
Hmm.
And if I don't know something, I will literally just say like, hey, I don't know. Like, please help me understand. And so I think that's, or yeah, I do believe that that is something that works in our favor for being an in-house agency.
Absolutely. You mentioned being close to the data, and especially as a creative team, having direct access to the data, to the people who are gathering the data, has been invaluable. We can gather insights and then act on those insights in, almost in real time. And I think as a creative team, especially being close to those insights has become invaluable. There's a little bit of a learning curve, of course, but once you get over that, having direct access to some of those insights and optimizations and all that stuff has become sort of a secret weapon.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a pro, of having that insight and also just having the ability to do it quickly. And if
Mhm.
we're missing an insight, we can find it,
Okay.
right? And so yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. This is a great transition to talking about our own brand campaign, which just launched. What if you just knew? Let's play a video from it.
Here we go.
So, you've heard of dad shoes. We took it a little further. Granddad shoes.
Oh, you think people are gonna like these?
Yeah, young people. You wouldn't get it.
Who are you?
You, if you ever left the office.
Nora?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, is there any way to validate if these are cool?
Okay.
You don't have to guess what your customers will want. Just ask them with SurveyMonkey.
That's pretty good.
I mean, we've all been there, no?
And you guys can actually read a little bit more about the campaign in the chat. They'll be dropping some links in there. Allison, tell us a little bit about how this campaign came to life.
Yeah, so what if you just knew actually started towards the end of last year in 2025. And there's obviously this commercial where they're trying to figure out how to launch a product, right? But it's actually a series. And again, everyone, I encourage everyone right now to go, into the chat and definitely read more about it. But so the end of last year, 2025, there was a lot going on in the world, and we were preparing for 2026, but we wanted to understand where the headspace of our targeted customers, right? Which are, people who do marketing, right? People who are in HR, people who are researchers and product marketers, people who just want to learn and understand. And we wanted to be like, where are they? What are they thinking? What are they feeling? And so we issued a survey and we asked, like, what are your biggest concerns going into 2026? And we basically found out that everyone is so concerned about the uncertainty of the world. That's really what people were saying. Like we kept on hearing the same phrase of, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not positive, what products I should be launching or what's going to hit. Everyone seemed worried about even employee engagement, right?
Mhm.
How engaged are people going to be at work? And so basically the word uncertain kept on bubbling up to the top, right? And it felt like a lot of people needed some reassurance. And obviously, with SurveyMonkey, we provide that. If you are able to send out a survey, you will get some insights about what people are thinking, right? Some insights. We're not saying you're going to have all the answers, but it gives you a little bit of reassurance to help you make a decision so you can move forward. So having that nugget of information, obviously, Gerard, you know what happened, you right? I scheduled a meeting with you. I shared all of that information with you and your team to help kind of capture that essence into something creative, into like how this can show up and really resonate with the world, with people. And so Gerard, I mean, honestly, not to, toot your horn, my horn, right? But how did you, like, I'm sure the audience would love to hear, like, how did you get that nugget of information and turn it into what we saw?
Yeah, honestly, the research that you guys did, the report that you launched of the trends that were predicted for 2026 was something that really inspired the team. These questions that run through our minds, we started to visualize them quite literally. And so a lot of the campaign visuals were about these questions that people ask themselves that seemingly don't have an answer. But of course, with SurveyMonkey, you could potentially start to get some of these answers and get some of these insights. So we really just focused on the questions. When we had a chance to animate out of home or any of those type of social media, we would just have those questions literally running across the screens the same way they run through people's minds. So we were really inspired by what the research showed, what people actually cared about, and we just tried to put it on screen and put it on the creative.
Yeah. And I'm sure people can start, if we can also drop in the link for the chat for people to see some of the out of home campaigns we're able to do, because those questions that you're alluding to, they actually ended up on these big billboards, throughout Boston and throughout Chicago. And so it was just all, yeah, I thought I thought your team really did capture the essence of our findings, and really, really brought the whole idea of how professionals are feeling, right?
Mhm.
So, yeah.
They are real questions. They're questions we ask ourselves. I remember the one that jumped out, do my direct reports hate me? Right?
Yes.
I don't know. Do
I
they?
don't know.
They're behind
I
the
don't know.
right? Anyways, but it's a
Well,
real thing.
we do know because we can send out a survey and
Exactly.
we know.
I know. And so one of the unlocks was, of course, market research tools are great for evaluating the campaign creative, monitoring their performance, understanding its relevance to your target market. But one of the things we also really unlocked was that unrelated, seemingly, surveys could still provide that insight that would then go forward and serve as inspiration and spark new ideas. So that was really fantastic. All right. I think we might be hitting our time limit. So let's wrap up. What are some key takeaways that you might have here?
Okay, so I have two. So the two big key takeaways is one, obviously, listen to a diverse group of people, right? That's more important than ever, right? Diverse voices, because you just never know how a group of individuals will interpret your campaign, your slogan, what you post on social media. So diversity of voice is going to be so important. Obviously, listening to real people, right? So that's one. And then two is the consistency of
Yep.
listening to people, because things are changing. Things are
Yep.
changing. So I would say those are the two takeaways I want the audience to get from this session.
Yeah. Ask early and often, escape those echo chambers, look at things from different angles. I think those are all great things. Thank you so much for joining me live from LA. Allison Mack, my name is Gerard Ballou. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, thanks again.
Yeah, bye.